But where'd the sticker go? But where did the sticker go, though? But I had a sticker. But where'd the sticker go? Effects. Yeah, the sticker. Yeah. Invite. Invite to Kate. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hey.
Hey.
What you doing?
Well, I went live and then the sticker disappeared and I was like, what the fuck? And I went under effects and then I found it again. So.
Hell yeah.
Hell
That's right,
yeah.
you can't fucking hide from us. Sticker.
If Kat's hosting, at least.
Yeah. If I'm hosting, it's different.
Different.
It shrinks and stuff.
Do you want me to make you feel more comfortable? I'll make it this big.
Kat, can you put it to where I can see it? I can't.
Yeah, hold on.
Too...
There you go.
Phenomenal. Itty bitty. Yes. Sounds
Itty
good.
bitty titty committee.
Yes.
What?
Itty bitty titty spaces.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. So we're going to be doing a discussion topic. If you're not aware, it says right there. Phenomenal cosmic powers and an itty bitty living. I can't see it, Kat. It's too small.
Phenomenal cosmic powers.
Phenomenal.
In an itty bitty living space. As a human, you're the itty bitty living space.
So, simplifying everything that you do as a powerful, phenomenal, cosmic being.
Who is living a human existence.
So,
and not in the way where people are like, we are spiritual beings, or we are spiritual having a human experience. No, opposite.
Yeah, I'm just like, how the fuck do I start this? Okay, so it really is not that serious, and it really is not that deep, but I don't think it's, like, understood.
I always want to put this sticker, like, in the corner. That's what I like, but it looks like I'm wearing a hat every time, and it always fucks with me. And
That's my discussion topic, Kat, guys. Just look at Kat's hat.
I feel like a drag queen. Okay. Wearing a fascinator. That's what they're called. You fascinated by it? You can't even read it now. Yeah, you're not to that language yet in Drag Race.
Oh. It will be soon, I think. I'm watching episode 10. Okay, in the middle of it.
Of season 3?
Yes. Okay. So, how do you simplify it? It is what it is.
This is something that's been coming up a lot recently for me personally, and with, I will say, 3 people in my mentorship program this month. Usually we can heal like a bunch of stuff, and we're still healing, but I have felt like I was kind of banging my head up against a wall, trying to tell them that it's really easy, and I can't seem to figure out how to say how easy it is.
So, everything is what it is. If it has some fancy name that you do not understand, it is not what it is. Okay, Claire, whatever the fuck. Clairvoyance, Claire, whatever. I did not understand that language.
I want to know who, like, came up with that language.
Feels, French or Italian.
Yeah, something like that. But, like, what's the point? I wonder what that means.
More prestigious. It seems very hierarchical. Like, it's like Korean skincare. It's like, it's from Korea, not filthy America, so it works better.
Up with
what it feels like.
Terms clairvoyance. It's from French. It literally means clair seeing, which clair is clear.
So
it's great if you're French. That makes sense. Clear seeing. But if you tell someone you have clairvoyance and they don't know the clairs, they're just like, oh, fucking.
Sounds great.
I don't know what that means.
So, it's so simple that people use it. So I say seer, hearer, feeler, knower. Because it does not make sense to me to use a word that I don't know what the fuck it is and have to memorize it for what?
Or isn't in your vocabulary.
Yeah. It's like using a Latin name to be fancy. Like how in the medical field, they still use Latin names. And it's like, does anybody know Latin? No? Can you just say antidepressant? Like, I don't know. Like, antidepressinator 5000? Like, I don't... Yeah. So, everything is actually that simple. Look at my rocks. I got these cool rocks. Cool. What do the rocks do for you? Hey, rocks, what do you do for me?
Or, as a feeler, I go, show me in my body what this rock does for me. I remember I was at a crystal shop with somebody, and I grabbed, the fuck was it, a Labradoodle? That's a dog. Rainbow Labber something.
Labradorite, maybe?
Probably. We were in a crystal shop, and I was like, I wonder what this does. And they were like, oh, that's to clean out the heart space. And I was like, then why am I feeling stuff being pulled out of my arms? And they were like, it's for your heart. And I'm like,
cool.
Okay. And then, like, I remember I looked at the paper and it didn't say what they said and it didn't say what I said. And I was just like, where are they getting, it's like a big game of telephone. Where are you getting these definitions for what these do? And what it does for me, it might not do for Kate. Actually, you know what? Rainbow Labradorite. What does it do for you, Kate?
Give me rainbow Labradorite. Ow, it's right here. It's like...
What does it do?
I don't know what it's doing.
Oh, it looks like when you take a magnet to a tube TV and it makes it like swirly.
It's pulling out, or it's magnetizing the metals or some shit.
Yeah, because that made sense to me because I did a lot of stuff with my hands and I was like, oh, it's pulling this, the like, because this is before I started doing stuff like we do now. And I was like, well, I do a lot of healing with my hands. So it makes sense that if I have buildup or gunk, it's pulling it out of that. So just because it's good for does something for one person doesn't mean it does it for another person. And it's just very simply like Kate said, like, what does it do for you? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, you don't have to, I think that's another thing. I want to go into that real quick. So many people try to memorize the stuff that Kate and I come up with. And I'm telling you, if you're trying to memorize everything that's in our practice, you're never going to get to the bottom of that well. Because we come up with something new every fucking day. Because we're creating it from scratch, trying to get you to create from scratch. And it seems like no matter what we do, like
I want to point out
it wants to be more complicated.
That every time you memorize anything instead of actually learning it, you will fail because it's not coming from anywhere. So
it's kind of like all the shit you learn from in school.
Yeah, it reminds me of fake it till you make it. And then somebody who is not faking it until they make it is like, hey, whenever you look at this, what do you get? Because I'm getting this. And then you're like, that's really crazy. I remember when I got that. And they're like, that's really odd because I actually did this incorrectly and that's how I got that. Like, that's kind of what it reminds me of. And it's like an equation that you're not a part of, but you learn the equation. And it's like, hell yeah, A plus B does equal C.
Yeah, but I like equations in that way.
Mm-hmm.
I like learning equations in that way. So what do you mean?
if you learn the equation and don't know what it does, then it's like...
Oh, like if you just learn the math fact, instead of like putting it into applicable use.
Yeah, like A is this length of time. B is... Actually, it reminds me of aircraft weighing, too. It's like, yeah, this wheel measured from that wheel is this length. And it's like, well, then what is that length? And it's like, oh, you just measure it. I don't know how to measure. I know the numbers, though. That is 800 feet. And it's like, well, this is a modded aircraft. I'm just giving like real world examples. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be different in a different aircraft.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, I know the numbers.
But in school, when we learned it, it was this. And it's like, okay, but we're not in school. We're measuring this aircraft now, and we need to know that measurement. So what is it? Well, it said that this type of plane, it's that. And it's like, how did they get that number? How did they get it?
Okay. Another example for y'all. Like, man, I really have this headache, but I already did cat's ibuprofen healing to it. I guess I'll just have this headache.
Or find out what's giving you the headache.
What about your own ibuprofen healing? Number one, I don't take ibuprofen. Do I have a Kate's ibuprofen healing? Probably, but I'd rather do like Kate's Advil healing or get that stick out of my head that's causing the headache. Where is this stick coming from? Okay, here's another one. Man, it feels like I have like a stick jabbing through my skull. Maybe I should go to the life where I have a stick jabbing through my skull. Listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're feeling or what you're thinking.
I think a lot of the times when because Kate and I do talk about like multidimensional beings. We talk about the negative 24th dimension to the positive 24th dimension. We talk about 12 oversouls. We talk about healing the weather. We talk about and I understand that can be like this huge, like, this is the multiverse. But everything that we found out was either face to face or over the phone, just being like, hey, what does this do? It looks like we can do this. There was something that stuck out to me back in like the church days or whatever, was like faith of a mustard seed. You could move a mountain. And I kept trying to move the mountain. And I was like, I know that faith of a mustard seed means something, but I keep trying to move that mountain. And if you try to move that mountain, you're not going to succeed in that way of like being like physically trying to move a mountain or using like telekinesis to move the mountain. But if you use like a model scale, and a lot of you are familiar with that, like with the witchcraft kind of ways, but if you are like, okay, so this is going to represent the mountain, and then I'm going to push it, and it's like, well, logically, knowing what you know about like Earth and the world and stuff like that, this mountain, even if you push it, you still have all this stuff around it. You've got logistics. You've got the land around it. You've got the cities, the valleys, the ocean. If you were to just move a mountain like that, what's going to happen to this, and this? And then you start looking at that puzzle. And then you're like, okay, so the importance of moving the mountain would be what? And it's like, well, it's actually a volcano. And it hasn't, whatever, they're feeling like it's going to erupt sometime soon. Well, instead of trying to move it out of the way, why don't you go inside the volcano and try to, well, how do I go inside the volcano? And it's like, well, if you were looking down at it like it's a puzzle, how would you go inside a volcano? How would you?
So that's what I was going to bring up too, was like in the beginning, we walked everywhere. We busted inside of buildings instead of going inside the building.
Oh my God, when we cleaned, we would literally be on the phone. And when we say we walked everywhere, we would get in we're like, okay, let's merge with our big 24th dimensional form and let's go into the underworld, and we're going to try to hide because we're these big beings that are from the positive 24th dimension who probably aren't supposed to be in the underworld. We looked stupid. energetically down
we
there.
did it.
But we did it. And we were like, okay. So we gotta do things with, and then we have our own morals and ethics, which is like with soul's consent and team allows. And then we don't just want to move like, we wouldn't want to move. We'd rather work on the mountain or the volcano than work on the villagers around it. 'Cause that's personal. Does that, like, we don't want to touch anybody who doesn't want to be touched. You know what I mean?
Because they have their own shit that they need to do. And if you do it for them, they will never learn.
Also, they wouldn't like that. I don't fucking want anybody doing anything for me. Don't pray for me. Don't send me love and light. Don't fucking touch me, bro.
Don't wrap me in fucking nothing.
I don't want none of that. So it's like, we take the basic concept of how we would want to be treated, and also the basic concept of we're not them. They might want to be treated differently than we want to be treated. And then how does the basic science and structure work? And if we need to go, like if we need to calm a volcano down, well, what makes a volcano erupt? And then you go in and you kind of do that, and it's like, well, this needs to be neutralized. Well, then what the fuck neutralizes it? Well, in science, typically, if you do the opposite chemical of what that chemical is, it neutralizes it. All right, well, let's fucking try. Holy shit, it worked. And then we're like, we do the work, we're on the phone, we're walking, we're doing that. We're like, okay, what's the opposite of this? I don't fucking know. And then it's like, man, this is going really slow. And we're like, well,
we should
shit,
speed this up.
Time isn't real. What if we sped this up? Holy fuck, that worked. Okay. And then we're like, we felt it. We saw it. We energetically did the things. How do we know this is real? Well, what do you know? It showed up in the news or in science. And we're like, the fuck?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. And then everybody's like, oh my God, this huge stuff. It is not that deep and it's not that serious. It is literally knowing and looking and puzzle solving and having respect for the other planets, animals, people on this planet, not calling yourself God, doing things in the highest good, using precautions, but being like careful with the words. And then at the end of it, undoing anything you shouldn't have fucking done.
And here's something that most people don't want to hear, but that's okay. I'm going to say it anyway. Whenever you don't like something, it is up to you. You have to change you. Somebody talking shit about you. Somebody
it's
trying
not their
to become
fault.
you. Why you give a fuck.
Why you give a fuck? If you're having a reaction, positive, negative, whatever, why the fuck? Why the fuck are you reacting that way? So it's like, oh fuck, you know what? God, I had a reaction to sporks. Kate and her husband Shaden, they're two of my best friends. They were over for dinner. They really love sporks, and they would joke because I'm like, this meal needs a fork or this meal needs a spoon. And it's like, well, why don't you just use a spork? And I'm like, ugh, gross, spork. And I'm like, why do I naturally go, gross spork? Why is that a reaction? We went and looked at it. So my oversoul helped create forks, the idea of forks. And Shaden helped create sporks. And when sporks got created in that past life, I went, forks are fucking good enough, bruh. We don't need a fucking spork.
But I want it all. I just want one utensil.
So now, do I still choose a spork? No. Do I give a fuck if anybody else does? Or if that's all there is for me to eat, I don't have a reaction to it anymore. So why do you care? Why is it bothering you?
Even though it was very Aspergius of me, very autistic of me, but it's really, in reality, I'm calling me, Kate, and what Kate does, autistic. So other people can understand better. That is the traits of Kate. It is so other people can understand. So
it's not from a place of victim.
It's not a label. It's not this is defining who I am. No, bitch, I'm defining what that is. It's me. So either way, if I'll go with my first example. Someone is talking shit about me. Hell yeah. That means you want me, bitch. Or I could be like, that motherfucker. Or I could just do nothing and be like, anyway, which one is more healed? The one that doesn't do anything. Heals it. Neutral. And no, don't neutralize them. Heal while you give a fuck. Because it's not going to go away.
Okay, so going back to this like idea of phenomenal cosmic, probably can't even see it, phenomenal cosmic powers in an itty bitty living space. There is so much out there that, and it is like worldwide, culture wide, and that's why we don't really fit into spiritual, witchy, religious, normal, anything, because we didn't just take everything at face value, went and checked it out ourselves. But there's so much about things being above you, even your quote unquote higher self, that there's so much that says it's above you. Your spirit guides above you, your ancestors who were just humans above you, gods and deities that you're a part of above you, nature itself, which you were also a part of above you. It is so wild to me of how much everybody puts that above you when you're the one who decides to heal. You're the one who decides to fight. You're the one who decides, I don't want to fucking heal. You're the one who calls in your inner child. You're the one that calls in your higher self. You're the one that talks to your spirit team. You're the one that worships nature or doesn't worship nature. How the fuck do you not see that you are it? You're the driver. You are the one that's in control. How do you not see that?
You are the director because you have a choice. You have the free will. I just don't get it. And then the hierarchy of saying that this and this and this person is on your team, and it's like, well, that's awesome. What do they do? Yeah,
what do they do? That's cool if they're there. What the fuck do they do for me?
Because it doesn't really mean anything if you don't know what they do.
So I'll use an example. One of my exes, okay, did some not so great stuff. I did not know they were married. They ended up being married the whole time. They were not just dating me. It came to the light that they were dating multitude of people. My son at the time, who is part of the oversoul of Medusa, was really upset at what was happening. I was upset. Kate was upset. We were all like, well, fuck, let's break away from this guy. Let's get the far away. Let's unravel everything, whatever. So Medusa showed up and fucked some shit up. Is Medusa on my team? In that moment she was, because my son is a part of that oversoul. But that doesn't mean that I worship Medusa or ask Medusa for favors or have a relationship with Medusa. That is just part of the oversoul that my son's a part of. And it showed up at the time.
And having conversations with these things and them, I don't know, showing up in your dreams and stuff like that. Like they'll be like, Medusa came to me and it's like, cool, what did they say? She said I should worship her. And I was like, well, that's probably not Medusa then. What are you actually worshiping?
Dude, I remember just me being a human, okay? People in the spiritual community being like, Kat, you visited me in my dream last night. You told me to grab my sword and it was time for battle. And I was like, well, then it wasn't me. I don't battle.
We've done a lot of healing work with that shit too. With like intense energy vampire cleanse and all that kind of shit too.
Oh yeah, no more body snatching, all sorts of shit.
And then it's like, okay, if you're this big, bad, powerful being that's way above me, why are you coming to me?
Why are you wanting me to worship you? You're wanting to work with me, this insignificant human?
Really weird. You're asking me to worship you and give you offerings? That's
and then
weird.
Also, the opposite, if you're the one asking them, you're the one, you're calling them in. You're the one in control. You're the one asking them to work with you. You're the one in charge.
You can literally just say, no, fuck off.
Oh, here's another thing. So basically, this idea of a ascended master or a deity or whatever. Okay. Basically, it's this like being with super phenomenal cosmic powers, and people call them in for help. Do you know how many people use Kate's healings? This human that's sitting right in front of you, this blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl that's working on airplanes and living in Florida, and people literally call in a healing for Kate's soul to come over and do stuff. But they're putting gods and deities that can't do that above her.
You can't say activate Medusa's healing. Try it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Activate Medusa's healing, conducive to what I need. Any feelings? Anything? Okay, just generalize. Please activate Kate's healing to me, conducive to what I need.
Oh, that's going to make some people poop. I'm so sorry. That's what I got.
Do you feel anything? See anything? Speed it up. You might want to. Okay, now to bring it back to the point that we're trying to make, activate your own healing to you conducive. If you're here, that means you've healed. You've either looked at the past, tried to do inner child, done some past life healing, done some healing on your own. Say, please activate my own healing to me, conducive to what I need. You might want to speed it up.
I don't know who I'm tuning into, but they're like wanting to puke.
Speed it up. Oh, there's probably people in here that don't know who we are. So they're probably like, hell yeah, sure, I'll try it. And then, whoa.
That's crazy, Squirrel.
Whoa.
So the point of this is being, you're this big bad baddie, and you're listening to everyone else but yourself. It could literally be products. It could be people that are like, yeah, I had this one experience one time, but they're looking through the lens of trauma. You have the control. You have the power to be okay.
There are people that are on TikTok that have like the dowsing, or not dowsing rods. It might be called dowsing rods.
Dowel rods? I think dowel rods.
Oh, okay. Dowsing rods is from Coraline. Okay, whatever the fucking rods are. And they'll ask yes or no questions. And that's great. A lot of their questions add up, except who are you asking? And also, just yes or no, where are the follow-up questions? I don't get that, because it's like, yeah, that might be yes, but it's yes because of this, and this. If you take this away, the answer is no. It's a math equation that they have memorized. Like, it's just like a...
Okay, so something that comes to my mind is people will be like, question everything. And then they question nothing.
Nothing.
But it really is question everything. You hear in your head, wow, you look so fat today. Start talking to that fucking voice. Being like, where? That's weird. It's not answering me back. Must be fucking fake. Must be an intrusive thought.
Because if you ask where and it tells you where, it leads to the next thing. And then it leads to the next thing. And it leads to the next thing. If you ask it where and it doesn't answer, it's like a computer programming without something running it. You know, like a computer program, like a hologram.
Yeah. So like a computer with no operating system, which you are the operating system.
Okay, so like when people access your healings or my healings or Kate's healings, those are basically computer programs. They are set to do one set thing inside that healing. If you ask it to do more, you would have to operate another healing code. You would not be able to ask. I remember I have one healing that was called Cat's General Healing, and it would take anything out of your energy field that didn't belong, specifically like a dimmer switch on your heart if someone tried to dim your shine, stuff like this, or daggers in your back, or rubber bands, or like hooks, or whatever the fuck. And I remember being on the phone, because I can feel my session as if I'm them. And I would go, have them activate Cat's General Healing. And they'd activate, and I would feel my soul go over, because it's an operating system. It would go over, and it would start getting the stuff out of their system. And then I would feel it go and start pulling, and it was stuck. It was stuck. Because that operating system, that Cat's General Healing, it does not have the logistics to go in and puzzle solve it. It is an operating system. It can only do what it's programmed to do. And at that time, instead of me going in, I was like, well, let me call over Kate's Healing Hands. Kate's Healing Hands gets things unstuck. A little bit more of a problem-solving protocol. So Kate would come in, her soul, she'd be living her life. She didn't even know I called her in until I told her after. Her healing comes in, it unsticks the thing. Then I would have them do Cat's General Healing again, and it would pull it out. Kate's Healing Hands didn't pull it out because her protocol was to unstick the thing at the time. It's more, we've added more to it now.
You can do that too. It's your program. It's yours. So you can be like, you know, my Kate's Insert Healing Hands, I want that also to do the cleanups and clean-offs as well. Or infuse it with Kate's cleanups and clean-offs. There's so many different ways that you can do it and build up your own stuff.
I think of like a computer desktop. Like old school. I don't know, like most people use their phone at this point, but you could use it in your phone too. It's like having a folder on your desktop, okay? And then you name that folder, let's say Cat's House Cleanse, that's my first pin video, okay? So I'm naming this folder Cat's House Cleanse. And what I want this healing to do, I'm going to put all my other little miniature healings inside this folder. So open and close, correct portals. That's going to go in that folder. Release soul fragments, cleanse and purify them, wrap them in divine justice, love, light, and forgiveness, return to the rightful owners. That's going to go in that folder. Merge all entities with their correct dimensional form. All the things that are in the house cleanse, right? They're now all in the house cleanse. That's what this folder is. And so I'm just activating this folder. So everything that's in that folder is all of those healings.
So how do we create the names? The names just be what they doing. Cat's House Cleanse.
It cleans houses. Hell
Kate's
yeah.
Insert Healy Hands.
She goes like this.
I'm trying to think of another one.
Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Please activate the put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it healing. Conducive to what I need. Go ahead, try it. See how you feel it in your lower part of your body? It's like in your lower back and then down. So what that is everything we do up here, there is an underworld that needs the exact opposite because this morality of good and bad is not correct.
It's not real.
So what we would consider good down there would be bad. So put the thing down, flip it and reverse it and apply it. So everything we do for ourselves up here, give it to that version of us opposite because they need it. Conducive.
And then some people are probably going, why would I give it to bad people? Number one, it's a form/version of you. Number two, there is no such thing as good and bad. That's division created so you won't look at your stuff. And then you're like, well, who benefits from that? The people that do look at their stuff. Anyway, so why would you help the bad people? Because they are you.
One of the reasons that Kate first noticed me because I had a little bit more of a platform and she didn't post at the time, so she ran across me first. One of the phrases I said, and I still stand by it, is monsters are not born, they're created. And you guys have heard plenty of times that you are probably the bad guy in someone else's story. One of the things that really drove me crazy in the spiritual community is they would look at these lives where they were an angel or a mermaid or a saint, or when they would look at the traumatic lives where things happened to them. You know, they were the victim, which are important. Don't get me wrong. But if you're not willing to look at the life where trauma consumed you and heal that so that you're not a monster, I tell you what, if energy gets on me, I might yell at my 7-year-old. You don't think in that moment she thinks I'm a piece of shit monster? It's trauma. That's all it is. And like, I think it's weird that people are surprised when celebrities come out and they're not as perfect as everybody says they are. If they're not healing, they're a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. It's
they're
humans.
Just not saying it. Nobody's not finding it. So also too, if you don't look at the lives where you're covered in the trauma and are doing the things, you will not heal from that. You will not heal that trauma. Therefore, it will perpetuate. Every single one of you was a murderer somehow in a past life.
So there was this past life I had, and it was these two girls, or not it was a session. There was these two girls, and they booked with me, and they're like, there is this red demon that follows us through lifetimes. It's always trying to attack us everywhere we go, everywhere. And I was like, all right, let's go look at the past life where it started. Let's go look at the root life. And they're like, I don't know, I'm so scared. I'm like, come on, let's go look. That's what we're doing this for. So we went and looked. They were a furry woodland creature that stole a red snake's egg. And so this monstrous, demonic, red demon that was following them through lifetimes was a pissed off mom whose egg got fucking eaten.
You better give me my goddamn son. Don't ever talk to me or my son
Who's
again.
the bad guy? Which one's the monster? Who the bad guy? I try to, like, when I'm watching stuff with Ben, he'll be like, ooh, they're a bad guy. And then, like, 2 episodes later, the script is flipped. And it's like, huh, so funny. You thought they were the bad guy? Wow, that's so crazy. Superheroes kill the whole fucking city, but they're stopping the bad guy. So
it's really funny because I would say there's no such thing, but I could not elaborate on that. There's no such thing. Look at that villain. There's no such thing. And it's like, yeah, that's definitely from healing. But, like, it's definitely from healing and going back.
You can even think yourself the villain. Mm-hmm. You can be like, I am the worst motherfucker. I am
Everybody
horrible.
tells me so.
I guess I'll go eat worms. Nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. Spirit, please don't do that. But it's... it's the paradox of life, but it's understanding that. So... Okay, I'm going to go back.
Can you explain that? Naturally nature, the paradox of life? I'm just saying. Yeah.
So that goes back to the point of, like, we say the words, but can you explain why you're saying that it's a paradox? Like, what's the definition of paradox? Because that's a phrase.
Paradox of life. It's a phrase that you heard, I'm sure, right? So what is paradox?
This is not like abrasive like this. This is literally like examples, perspectives.
We're trying to, show perspectives to everyone.
So paradox is conflicting beliefs, is what Susan said. Okay, so are you saying that it's conflicting beliefs that people think that there are bad guys and good guys? Or do you think it's a paradox that there are good guys and bad guys?
Because I don't think that's a paradox at all.
Which is your structure of belief on that you would use that terminology? You've been studying the paradoxes lately and everything? Okay. But which one? Would it be that there's a paradox between good and evil, or there's a paradox between people believing there's good and evil and people who don't believe there's good and evil? Or would all of it be a paradox? This is just perspectives. So for us, or well, for me anyway, I just keep looking at something until it's no longer a paradox.
That's why it's like conflicting beliefs. There is no conflicting belief. I went and looked at it. So it's not a belief. It's a experience. They said no way past duality. There is no good and bad. I'm referring to how something perceivably bad can actually be good and vice versa. But you're still using the words good and bad.
Yeah, it's perception. So if we take the emotion and the morality or the top morality out of things, like our morality as a society, right now it's kind of like, for the most part, it's pretty it's exactly the same, but everybody thinks it's opposite, which is really interesting to me. That's not where I'm going with that. I looked down and it was like all politics, and I was like, nope, that's not what I mean. Our morality is basically taught to us by the religion we grew up in, the society we grew up in, the TV that we watch, the movies that we watch, the music that we listen to, even this like whole idea of even paradox. It's what we have been told is the definition of something. This is the definition of good. This is the definition of bad. This is the definition of people not believing in good and bad. This is the definition of people believing that everything is neutral. It's every single bit of it is perception, and it's skewed based off of the reality that we live in, unless you go look at it and find your own meaning for it. And then everything isn't so big. And the point of this basically is like everything isn't all as big as it seems. And you don't have to go by what other people's definition of things are. Like if Kate and I decided to call this glass of water a boobla, and she and I decided this was a boobla, and then we told our children, we have children, by the way, that this is a boobla, and they told their children it's a boobla, it will be. And that is just what it is. That is the definition of it, but that's a made up word. Everything is. The idea of whether this is good or bad, we could tell our kids, this is a boobla. When you see it, run. Don't ever. And it's like, why? It's like, well, if you get it on you, you don't know what's going to happen. And then now they fear this glass of water. But what Kate and I do is we go, boobla, why do you call it a boobla? Don't drink it. Why? What happens?
Well,
that's actually pretty good. Oh, I feel refreshed. Yeah, I don't think I believe that anymore. It's everything's as simple as that.
Literally everything. Me and Kat even go, what does cattiness mean to you? And I'm like, this is catty.
To each other.
Yeah.
We sit there and figure out what our own personal definitions of things are.
It's like, well, I had a electronic dictionary growing up, so I had to look up blah, 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 blah. And Kat will be like, well, I watched this and this and this show, or I learned it from this and this and this.
We pronounce words differently. We have different definitions for things. And we'll get the perspective from each other and go, cool, and keep doing what we always did.
And it really is that easy.
In my family, in the kitchen, we had a runcible spoon. If you said, go get the runcible spoon, we all knew what it was. What's a runcible spoon, Kate?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Exactly. Do you guys know what a runcible spoon is? What's a runcible spoon?
Spoon with a hole in it. Is that a runcible spoon?
Okay. What's a runcible spoon? In my house, literally anybody in my family, you said runcible spoon, we knew exactly which spoon you needed. Because that was the name of it. I thought everybody's house had a runcible spoon. What's a runcible spoon? Don't know? Do you know why? It's from the fucking poem, The Owl and the Pussycat.
Hell yeah.
They literally say a runcible spoon just in it. And my mother decided that the one with all the holes in it that you would like get the juice out of the green beans or whatever, that was the runcible spoon. If you look up online, if you Google what's a runcible spoon, anybody who had Owl and the Pussycat references, some would say a spork. Some would say that wooden spoon that has that one hole in it. Some would say the spoon with the lots of holes in it because it was from poetry and there was no picture that went with it. So whichever your family said was a runcible spoon, that's it, bitch.
That's what a runcible spoon was. So, and
okay.
even different languages.
When we think of like the universe, for us, when it comes to dimensions from -24 to +24, timelines, how they go out as far as you can even imagine in all directions, unless they're dead and we close them out. When we think of the underworld, or we think of literally a dimension that's like heaven, or a dimension that's like hell, or any of it, Kate and I can click into it like nobody's business. But we're not going into a meditative state. We're not listening to a certain kind of brainwave music. We're not going to sleep trying to astral project. We exist everywhere. You exist everywhere. You are not asleep somewhere else, stuck in this body. You literally exist every fucking where, all at one time. You're not going somewhere. You're tuning into it. It's not that big. It's all right here. And then it's not scary.
If you don't figure out how you yourself do these things and you adopt other people's whatever the fuck they say, then again, you will always fail. Because what if you're trying to see and you're a feeler? What if you're trying to know and you're a hearer? What I used to get a lot was, Kate, my spirit guides won't talk to me. And I would always say, do they talk? Are you a hearer? Then yeah, I would think that you could not hear them.
Kat,
they would not talk.
How do I open my third eye? If you're asking me that question, then your third eye is open. I don't understand. Why are you asking me this? Well, I can't see anything when I close my eyes. Me neither. But cool. Okay. So then what we do is we're just like, okay, take me to my third eye. And then you go to it. And feel around.
Yeah, feel around. Clean that bitch. Get some fucking...
Is it open?
Scrubby
Is there
bubbles?
gunk in it? What do you
Get a
do?
wire brush. How you do the things in your life is how your own personal spiritual practice is going to go. So if you're a wire brush and Goo Gone type bitch, that's how you're going to be cleaning.
See, Sapphire's Moon, that name, that aphantasia, I never use it as an example because I didn't come up with that word. It's not mine.
Real. Aphantasia makes it seem like it's a condition and that you're sick. That's why they come up with those words. The words imagination.
See, even the way you said, it's like, shucks, I'm stuck with this. I am not sad that I feel. I'm not sad. I don't have a condition. I can do some crazy ass motherfucking shit. If you think I have a condition because I see black when I close my eyes, you're crazy.
So it's like, well then...
Not you necessarily, Sapphire Moon, just in general. Sorry, go ahead, Kate.
No, it's the same with the word imagination. Look at these words that you're using that makes you seem like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Imagination, you're just seeing things. And it's like, yeah, because I'm a seer. Imagine
that's wild. I'm seeing things. That's fucking wild.
I do be seeing things. It's probably because I be a seer. It's not a condition. It's not imagination. It's not aphantasia, which is fine. Okay, it reminds me of when they name diseases. It's another thing that's like, they name it because it's a condition, and then you have an excuse. Raynaud's disease. All right, go look at your hurdy hands. Take me to my hurty hands. What can I heal but my hurty hands?
My hands, they be hurting. What do I do?
So, it is
also,
what it is.
Also, that whole thing of like I said, like as big as it is, it's as big as it is in here too. You know that your like your cells, your atoms, and all of that, it's like a whole nother fucking universe, multiverse inside the blood cells in your body. You don't think you can go inside that? That's
Magic
wild.
School bus that bitch.
Huh?
Magic school bus that bitch.
Magic school bus. So why do we call it magic school bus that bitch? Why do you think we call it that? When we want to heal something inside our physical form, why do you think we call it magic school bus?
Perfect example. Someone said, "Did you two say I was a seer or a feeler?" Ask.
What are you? It doesn't matter what we said you are. When we ask, when we're in a session with someone or we're like in the comments or whatever, and we're asking how do you primarily channel, we are trying to figure out how to best help you with our language.
We're not deeming
we don't actually give a fuck what you are. I mean, we care. We want you to, tune into yourself. But like, there's people that'll be like, hey, this time you told us told me I was a feeler, and last time you said I was a seer. And it's like, cool, you could be both. I don't fucking know. We're not like knighting you.
So, and it's like, oh, got y'all. You said last time, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you ever think you could be both too? Why don't you go see?
Or
what
feel.
do you say that you are? Why don't you go feel? So why not go look yourself? What do you say you are? But I'm glad you said that, because that's a perfect example. You guys said that I was this or this. It's like, what do you say? What did you see or feel?
If I look far enough, I am a seer. It's like a way different type of eye.
Ooh, that reminds me, there's different types of seeing and feeling and knowing and smelling. So
it's like very snowflakey.
Yeah.
Like unique.
So it's like the way that I see might not be the way that you see.
Also, I thought that my way of feeling out a room and knowing what someone meant when they said a certain thing, that was just a cat ability. I just thought that was a cat ability. I don't know. I'm just really good at it. We found out. It's 2026, bitch. We found out at the end of 2025, there's gyroscopes.
Hell yeah.
We didn't know. We just thought, this is the way cat is. This is the way Kate is. It be like that. But then there was like something that happened and we were like, wait, hold on.
I was like, yeah, this is gyroscopes, dude.
This is a fucking gyroscope. And then it's like, do I have a gyroscope? Oh shit, I do. What is really, really weird is the more she and I heal, the more quote unquote autistic I get, and the more quote unquote neurotypical she gets. It's very odd. Because we just go, why do I do that?
Why do I be doing that?
What am I doing?
Know.
Why do I leave? I have a glass of water. I leave it on the counter. And then I pour the water out to get new water. Why don't I just drink the water that's there? I don't want to. That's full of energy. Oh.
I don't want to fucking do that. Hey, I get these new cups and then they fall on the ground. And sometimes I physically throw them whenever it'll just start happening. What is that? Oh, that means it's time. Means it's like rebirth time. That's
what it means. Now, will we at one point maybe go, hey, do we want to change that? Possibly. It might come up to heal. We might be like, yeah, we do this and we do this and we do that. Every time we do this, this is what this means. This is what this means. And then a random fucking Tuesday will be like, oh, shit.
I don't need to be doing that right now.
It don't need to be doing that no more. Cool.
Because we'll heal something and it will be something different. Ever changing, ever growing.
If you've been following us since like 2019, shit, you could have been following us since 2023. It doesn't fucking matter. You could just randomly whatever. There are so many times where just all of a sudden we just have new vocabulary. We're just like, yeah, copy and paste your outside shielding to your inside shielding. People are like, wait, where did that come from? One day we were all of a sudden saying eco-suit and exosuit. And now we don't say it at all anymore.
Conducive.
Yeah. We just started saying conducive. And people were like, what? We started saying copy and paste. And people were like, wait, what? Sometimes we're on a session with someone and they're like, speed this up by 10 million years. And I'm like, oh shit, you've been with us a while. Because we sure as fuck don't say that no more.
It's like, oh shit, you from them days? Okay.
We, something I used to say is we speak with absolute confidence on everything that we talk about because we know that it is the absolute truth until something else changes and comes up, and then that's the absolute truth. Because we look at it.
And we're able to fact check hundreds of thousands of, I guess, pathways in a matter of milliseconds because we've healed that much. And we've healed those forms and versions of us. And we've healed that way and merged and all that.
I want to break down again, like the whole concept of like it's not that deep and it's not that serious. Like we talk about all that stuff, but we're trying to give perspectives of like the language or looking at things and how it's all like right here. One of the examples I use a lot is like, if you decide today to paint your wall blue, you have changed the entire universe by painting that wall blue. It is completely, you know how there's video games? Like there's a whole thing of Minecraft that has New York City down to the point where like if you play it and you live in New York City, you can go to your apartment and see your flower pot. I saw a TikTok on that and you can see and you're like, how the fuck? You can walk into your apartment and know the layout of it and they're like, how the fuck? All of it is, yes, it's a simulation, but we're all co-creating it. It's not that big of a deal. And when it comes to like changing timelines, I take a sip of this water, we've changed the timeline. I don't take a sip of this water, we've changed the timeline. It doesn't fucking matter. You listen to this podcast, you have different perspectives, your timeline has shifted. We have conversations with the people in the comments. You guys said something, that's now changed the timeline. Those hearts that you just pushed, that's changed the timeline. Yes, I created some healings on games, that's changed the timeline. Susan Elaine liked the live, changed the timeline. We used to be very, as humans, we had the TV telling us what to do. Sorry, there's a puzzle piece. We had the TV telling us what to do, religion telling us what to do, our parents telling us what to do, our teachers telling us what to do, right? We had a hierarchical structure. Well, guess what happened when we got TikTok? We all went, oh my God, this is not a unique experience? Holy shit, yeah, that was shitty that your mom treated you that way. Oh my God, I've never thought of it that way. Yeah, the clouds do look weird. We all co-created everything together and shift our entire reality and world. And you still think it's outside of you? You interact in the comments. You've changed the whole multiverse. You don't interact in the comments. You've changed the whole multiverse. So when you go to heal something, you look at why it's bothering you, or you look at why it excites you. You go, hey, they can do something that I can't do. Wait, can I do that? Wait, why can't I do that? I don't like this food. I like this food.
And everyone has every single channeling. Which one do you think that you're best at?
That you like the best.
Which one is just more you?
In different lifetimes, in different dimensions, use different ones.
It just depends. What's more conducive to you?
Do you think the version of me that is a dairy farmer would want blue hair? Probably fucking would not want that.
You're on a cow farm. You're gonna have cows. You're gonna see cows. It wouldn't be conducive. Where would she go and get her hair dyed? That's not
with some blueberries.
However many. That's not for 2 hours away. Oh, you could do some blueberries. Ooh, cool spot. All right then.
Blueberries and vodka.
She said what she said. But it's all what's most conducive to you.
Okay, Kate doesn't like to dye her hair. She is in a position of stature in her company. She probably could have dyed hair. She doesn't want to. The way that she presents herself.
The way it looks. It's not overwhelming to me.
Do you know she wears a full face of makeup when she goes to work, and then when she comes home before going on a live, she washes it all off? Because that's what she likes. That's what feels good to her. It has nothing to do with what you guys will think of her.
And then black. It's easier for me to look at. It's easier for me to be in.
We are constantly trying to better ourselves, make ourselves more comfortable. And by doing that, as Kate says a lot, and I've said before as well, if you heal yourself, you heal the world. You heal your stuff, it ripples out. And then all of that out there, it's just healing this. That's all it is. You're the center of your own universe. You are the gods and deities. You are the pieces of nature out there. It's all right here.
It's all within you. It literally is things like, damn, I don't like what today. My hands look old. Kat texted me that.
I was in the car line and I was like, that's really weird because I don't give a fuck about that. And I'm like, why do my hands look old?
And so I looked into it. I was like, oh my God, that cauldron or whatever, right there.
From the session last night.
Why do you have your hands there? Oh, we're pulling something out. Damn.
My hands don't look like they did this morning. And it's not even that they look that way. We try to tell people, they'll book a session, they're like, I can't stand the way this looks on my face. And we're just like, cool. You have to heal the version of you that's happening in because it's not actually happening on your face. And they'll be like, yeah, but I see it. And it's like, we understand.
We have experienced this. We know. This is what you need to do.
You know how people will be like, oh my God, I love that shirt on you. And you're like, really? That shirt makes me look blah, 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 blah. Heal why it makes you feel blah, 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 blah.
Weird. Yeah. It really is that simple.
These discussion topics, we end up yelling a lot.
Yeah, we do. We just get so excited.
I know. It's crazy.
So, how do you do things? Like, there's a bunch of people saying what type of channeler they are in the comments, and that's awesome. I'm glad you're seeing that. The point is, we all are those. We all have all the channelings. Every single one of us can do the things.
Humans. Not even just humans. Everything can.
You can talk to literally anything, and it will talk back.
They have new studies, quote unquote, that just means they actually looked at it. Doesn't mean that it's new in existence. Of how trees can sense color and sound, and you talking to them. Well, no shit. I see color, quote unquote, just by feeling. So yeah, of course a tree can. That makes sense to me.
This just in. Women have seatbelts.
What?
I guess they've always had they're making different types of seatbelts for women because they figured out that titties be tittying. They need different types of seatbelts. Just stuff like that. It's like, because they actually looked at it. Everything. It's like these things have always been there. Uncover. Have an adventure. Why they be doing that?
I also find it really weird that people will be like, I remember they got really upset at me because I said I don't read. Now, Kate reads. A lot of my friends read. That's fantastic. I prefer looking at the things with like movies and TV and stuff and songs because it helps me, go through everything. But people are like, well, I study this witchcraft book and this witchcraft book and this religious book, and I'm like, written by somebody else.
That's crazy.
Why am I supposed to be impressed by that?
It's like, wow, you know how to look at things. Whoa. I remember somebody stitched Kat's video one time and was like, "You don't know quantum physics. I've studied string theory for 8 years." And I went and watched her video, and I put in her comments, "This is string theory. I've also read." And they didn't say anything. But
For
that's
me,
the point.
I had never looked at the definition of, I mean, I might have, but it wasn't like something that I give a fuck about. So my response to the person that was like, "I've done quantum physics, I study it, and this is not." And I was like, well, if it's not, then how come I can do this? How come when you say that it does that? If it's not that, then how come it does that?
If it don't
so
be,
weird.
then why it do?
Why it do? If not, then why?
If it don't be, why it do be?
Doobie doobie doo.
It really is that simple. How do you be doing the things? Why this be happening?
On TikTok, people like to have conversations, right? They like to have fights. They like to theorize. They like to they get their brain power in there. It doesn't work. It doesn't go very far with me and Kate because we'll just be like, yeah, but what about this? And then they shut up because it does the things. And it's like, sorry that we weren't more fun. I don't.
Damn it. Y'all like
Sorry.
things. Y'all done the thing.
There was someone, I remember one time that was like, it was rage baiting, but I don't even remember their name, but they were like, "I am the most powerful witch in America," or whatever. And I was like, cool, here, feel their energy. Okay, now feel mine. If they're the most powerful, then how come I could tap into their energy and let you guys feel it too? That's fucking weird. But that's not saying that I'm the most powerful. That's just saying like, you can too. Huh?
Perspectives.
Yeah.
I forget how like it drowns out each other. I forget about that. And we're not having like a conversation of the same volume. So I'm just saying stuff. But, So it's all, what do you feel is best for you?
And also anything that you've done in the, I want to go into that too. Like anything you've ever done is a healing. It already is. You just have to apply it. That goes back to that mustard seed mountain thing. Like I use this example all the time, but if you've ever detangled necklaces or jewelry, that's the same to me, or hair or shoelaces or nets or whatever, say, please activate or apply my detangling healing to my thoughts. Conducive. And you'll feel movement. And then you're like, okay, well, so then like people write that in their little book. They're like, detangling healing to my thoughts. And it's like, okay, well, what does it do? What does it do if you apply it to your money? What does it do if you apply it to your TikTok? What does it do if you apply it to your dream realms? What does it do if
things that be doing?
Be little scientists, like be little Nancy Drews, be little like explorers. Go fucking figure shit out. Don't take what we say. Don't take what the books say. Go fucking look. And if you're trying to memorize our shit, you're not going to be able to because we change.
And it's really funny because people will use verbiage, right? And I will see them use it, and it's not a big deal. Like grounding straps is a big one. And then I'll go in their comments and be like, hey, what are grounding straps? And do you think they know what grounding straps are? Do you think they're also in aviation and they work on engines for aircraft? No. So do you think that they know what that is? They're using this healing and using it in their practice, also putting it on their TikTok, also all these other things, and they don't know what the fuck it does. Meaning, if someone were to ask them for help with that, they cannot help them. They don't know what these things do.
That was the biggest thing for us when people started using our healing phrases, and they would like, people would come to them because I was booked up at the time. Kate wasn't taking sessions at the time. They'd memorize our healings, and then they would have people pay them, and they would run our healings through them, and the people would feel a lot of movement. And yeah, it would do some things. But again, that example that I said earlier where Kat's general healing and it was stuck, and I was like, oh, that's because this just pulls out stuff, so something's stuck. So I need to call in Kate's healing hands to help me with that. They couldn't do that. because they didn't know what the healings did. They didn't know when to apply it. They couldn't help someone when it was stuck. If it's not A, then look at B. If it's not B, then look at C. Are you able to help someone that way? We were not upset that they were getting paid for our free healings, except that it was duping other people. That we didn't like. We didn't like that they were scamming other people. We didn't care that they were like, quote unquote, taking money from us. It was, how are you going to use something that you don't know what?
And then we would step back even farther and we'd be like, okay, we would look at their comments. People would ask, what does blah, blah, blah do? Or they would be in a panic. Hey, I did blah, 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 and now I'm experiencing blah, blah, blah. And we would look at their fucking answers and they would be like, just close your eyes and think of a pond.
Or they would say, I don't want to answer that because people will steal it from me. And it's like, you told them to use this and you have no remedy.
Incredible.
The fuck are you doing?
Someone, okay, this is the most recent, at least for me. Someone was like, how do you know if you're a seer in a video? And then somebody asked in the comments, what is a seer? And they could not answer what a seer was. Where do you think they got that verbiage from? They didn't create it. They don't fucking know.
Oh my God, that YouTube comment that I got, it was in one of my videos and I was talking about like there is no good or evil, there's only a battle inside yourself. And the comment was like, but you didn't even mention to go to the earliest point. It was like, I can't even say it because it was our words, but like
to you.
But like like a couple of things added, like a couple weird, so they got it from, didn't know who I was. Didn't know that that was my words they were using, but like bastardized. And I had also said it in the video. But they were just like, did you blah, 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 blah? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, don't quote the deep magic to me.
Don't quote the dark magic to me, witch. I was there when it was created. I used to say that to people on my old account. Yeah.
There's something, oh my God. Okay, I know it's like 8:12. There's like hearing Kate's perspective on things has changed my perspective a lot. Like I used to call things spiritual gifts, right? That is what the spiritual community called it. Even when you're growing up, you're told that you have like artistic gifts or the gift of gab or whatever. And I would just use it, you know? It made sense. I had this gift and I had this gift and I had this gift. And Kate never corrected me because whatever, that's the way Kat talks. No big fucking deal. But in her own video, having a conversation with someone else, she just calmly said, basically, paraphrasing, of course, a gift indicates that someone gave that to me. Nobody gave that to me. This is my ability. I've either knew how to do it already or I figured out how to do it. That moment on, watching that, I went, oh, fuck. That makes a lot of fucking sense. And I stopped calling it gifts. But I wasn't stealing her language. It gave me a perspective. I don't even think she calls it abilities. You know what I think is really funny? Is I call it the Akashic Records Library. Y'all bitches ever hear Kate talk about the Akashic Record Library? She didn't fucking call it that. She doesn't talk about that.
Or how about the 4D, 5D, 6D, and all that? I don't call it that.
She doesn't talk about it.
Because I don't call it that.
I do. I call it that.
And it's the same things. It's the same exact things. What is it? Shadow work. What do you think shadow work is? Trauma healing? Me and Kat don't use those words. It's the same thing.
For the longest time, I called trauma the smoke monster. Because it was from Lost, and it was like a big thing of trauma, like a smoke monster. Trauma gunk is because it was tarry and black.
I
think it's weird that you guys will like try to memorize our language and we don't even use the same language as each other. Like, I think that's so weird. And like people will think like the close-up / sign-offs are the same as the closing statements. Nope. If they were, then we would have switched our language and just used the new one. They're not. They're not the same thing. You think team revamp, sweep, and house cleanse are the same thing? They're not.
Where do you think we got that verbiage? What is a close-up / sign-off? That's how you know an aircraft is ready to be released for flight.
Closing statements. In the restaurant, we had to do closing work. So I call it closing statements. For us, it just means, and like for you guys, it's like, oh, that's at the end. Yep. But you might call it something else. You might call it the sign-offs. You might call it the whatever the fuck. And then ours, we add to ours because we figure shit out. Like, there was a time when I would have a session and be like, okay, so tomorrow you're going to have a really bad headache. You're going to feel like really dehydrated. And that's normal. I'm just letting you know you're going to feel really fucked up. I don't do that anymore. I didn't know that you needed to close timelines. I didn't know that you needed to mend broken, shattered, or ripped timelines. I hadn't figured it out yet.
And then with mine, I would just call people on the phone. People would just call. I would just call it. I wouldn't have sessions. It would just be like, hey, yeah, this is what I'm getting. Yeah, I see something on the ground. And it would just be people in the community that I would talk to. And then, yeah.
I would too.
Me and Kat would just talk to him. Yeah, me and Kat would just talk to him. And that would be my sessions. It never occurred to me to, like, have it as a service
The first time
thing.
I asked Kate to go on live, I was like, Kate, go live with me. And she's like, what would we even do on there? Literally what we do on the phone regularly.
I was like, oh.
Oh. She saw my spirit guides. I was like, Kate, people would want you to look at their spirit guides. They'd want that? Yeah. There are so many things that I'm like, hey, Kate, this thing that you do, people would absolutely pay you for this. And she's like, okay, she's busy. That's another thing that, like, okay, I know it's not exactly on topic, but we do not do things to make money. That's not what we're doing. Thank you. We could do a lot. We could not do any free healings. We could make more money that way. We could publish our books on, like, Amazon. Not to say if you do that it's wrong, but we don't. Do you know that if you were to ask Kate, don't. You can. She'll say yes or no, whatever.
I will cover the comments.
You can ask Kate how many compatible for you perfect right now partners you have in the United States. This bitch can pinpoint them like the fucking Snapchat map. Did you know that if you wanted to look into your partner's phone to see what, like, dating apps they have hidden or text messages, she can look directly at their screen in their phone in another fucking country? Do you understand that we could charge for so much more, but that's not what we do it for at all. When we do discounts, like 25% off, it's just because we're like, I don't know, it's Christmas. Should we give them something? And it's like, our prices are fucking low. And it's like, what can we give them something on? I don't fucking know. We don't need it. We're not doing it.
I don't know,
for
it's
that.
January. I just feel like it's fucking January.
It sounds good. Hell yeah. You know what? Guided Adventure people? Everybody else has had a coupon. They haven't yet. They go to those all the time. Let's give them a discount. Why not? We're not doing it for that. Kate could tell you every spirit guide what they do. If you had a plumbing issue, Kate could tune in to exactly what's happening and unclog your fucking drain, and boom, it would work. There was a time that people would come to me because their TikTok got, like, yeeted or whatever, and I would bring it back. When we went axe throwing one time,
Oh, good.
and the people were having issues with their Wi-Fi and their music, and we were like, huh, is it this speaker? What about that wire? Does it normally do this? Okay, hold on. And then it started working.
This motherfucker, you and your fucking... I'll be like, Kat, so this person said this and this and this, and they also said this, and then 3 years ago, they said this thing. I'm not really sure what this means, and she'll be like...
Oh, it means blah, 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 blah.
Kat, so I had this thing growing on my nail, and this happens, and it'll crack, but only in this one spot. I'm not sure. Why is it peeling up this way?
Girl, it's just blah, blah, blah.
Remember that thing you did yesterday? It's part of that. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. And it's just like, we enjoy the fuck out of it because we are us. We are unapologetically, authentically us, genuine all the time. We're even free.
Okay, and there were people tonight in the comments that said stuff, and we were like abrasive to them, and we know that we're abrasive to them. We're very aware of our energy and what it does and how it is, and we can step back and explain it and be like, this is for perspectives, this is not for this, but we can't help the way that they interpret it, even though we know that they are. We could guide them on how to not interpret it that way, but there are people that probably left because they felt like we were like talking down to them or yelling at them or whatever.
Mean.
My partner Ben, and I used this example the other day for something. He would think that Kate and I were making fun of him. Okay, he had it in his head because we were being silly and we were pointing something out or whatever. And he thought we were secretly making fun of him because we are laughing and we're having a good time. And Kate literally changed his whole world and went, Ben, when have we ever not said what we fucking meant? Ben, when have we ever not just been like, bitch, this is this. We don't beat around the bush. That's what she said.
Nah. We don't be beating bushes like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and TV shows and movies and books and video games, the things that you naturally do that people try to make you feel bad for, that's also part of your channeling. That's also simple as fuck. It's also...
Yeah. Like when people try to make fun of me for not reading. And I'm like, cool, but can you do this? Cool, but can you... No? Oh, that's weird. You're so well educated. Wow.
I'm so proud of you for reading all those thingy-majigs.
Wow. You got certificates. Hell yeah.
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. You know how to read That Hoe Got Roaches in Her Crib.
You got it? You got it?
On a fucking whim. I was like, I've been seeing us on my For You page. I love parody books. So I was like, another parody book? And then the face got me. He's just like, oh, not again. She's like, yeah. But like, so I'm just like, gotta get it. I have to. Anyway, yeah.
Fantastic. All right, this is like, it's 8:22. We must have really liked this topic.
Yes, sorry guys. Love y'all. Close up / sign offs and closing statements.
Because if you don't think that talking through all this and giving perspectives is healing, bitch, go do the close up / sign offs or the closings. Don't take our fucking word on it. Go fucking disconnect from everybody. If you don't think that this healed stuff, us all talking together, you're fucking wrong. Go see for yourself.
Release soul fragments with how much you healed tonight. Okay? Don't forget to disconnect.
Okay.
Bye. Thank y'all.